Hey everyone, I had cold while I was recording this voiceover. I hope it's alright. It doesn't sound too bad. I'm sorry for this. In today's video, I'm going to talk about underpaintings and how I use them to paint these two paintings. Also comparing the two and what difference underpaintings make in my practice. And sorry for these scratches, they are from my cat. So for this first one, I'll be doing an orange underpainting with spectrum red and yellow. You have seen me painting this way most of the time. I started with a light wash, which is similar to watercolors when it comes to washes. Cover the entire paper first, and when it's touched dry, I start with defining the values that are darkest and paint the whole portrait like any monochromatic watercolor painting. You should be able to see the basic structure of her face by now. I don't think you can overdo with this because the darkest value here is this orange red and not something like a brown or a black. This underpainting may take a couple of minutes extra, but the rest of the process becomes easier because now you have this map of where, what, and which chunk of value will sit, which saves a lot of time. The only con I see most of the time, since I've tried painting without an underpainting, though it helps with the values, the actual color mixing becomes a bit confusing sometimes, especially with the first layer on top of this underpainting. Orange is this vibrant and strong color. It overpowers the ability to judge through colors next to it. This judgment thing definitely gets better with practice and understanding how colors work relatively. For this next painting, I'm not going to use any underpainting. Before trying painting without an underpainting, I used to think that painting directly on a white paper without any value map will be more difficult, but it turns out it's relatively easier to understand color better this way because there is no influence of orange or any other color from the underpainting, and of course the mixes look more pure and true. So I started in the same way, darkest values first, then the background, painting this whole layer quite roughly. I'll say this is more of a color map than a value map. So with this one, the focus will be more on the values as the colors are not that confusing. So I'm just going to keep building the values, lights and darks with this one, then the color. Let's compare and talk more about the outcome of painting paintings differently. As you can see, they both definitely look different and have a different, I'll say, impact and painting experience. The orange underpainting is way more stylized with this illustration-like quality and more visible brush marks. Since you're not concerned with the structure, you can be a bit more loose with your brushwork as you are following the values and not the drawing. While painting on this other side is definitely better in terms of structure because here I tried to stick with the drawing more than painting on this other side. Even if you leave some parts alone with this painting, it will still end up looking complete and cohesive because of this underpainting, which is keeping everything together. With this one, there are places where I feel I need to work more, add more layers, even though it's my style to keep certain things incomplete, but still I felt like I can add more layers like in the background because of this white of the paper, which is sometimes make that area look incomplete. I like working with both of these methods. If you want the painting to look more artistic with a different character like illustration, use this one, especially with lighter skin tones, and it also gives a certain warmth to the skin. And this one to practice color, or if you want to stick with the drawing better. So that's all for today. I hope you will like this video and I'll see you on the next one.